Hello, good morning everyone. Welcome to the 12th session of Additional English 3rd semester class. So, the session number 11 was actually meant for test. So, till session number 10, we discussed the syllabus and one of the one-act plays, that is Helena's Husband. So, in today's session, let's begin another one-act play, that is A Sunny Morning. This one-act play is written by Joaquin and Serafin and Joaquin Alvarez Quintero. So in this session, let's get to know introduction to these writers. Then let's also study characters, setting and time of the play. We also start reading the opening scene of this play. So firstly, these two writers, Serafin and Joaquin Alvarez Quintero, are Spanish playwrights, and they were famous as the Golden Boys of Madrid during their days. These Spanish brothers, they collaborated in almost 200 dramas, which depict the life, manners and speech of Andalusia in the early 20th century, and they have contributed to the revival of Spanish theatre. And their dramas are remarkable for a vivacious and skilled presentation. So this is about the writers. Now let us understand the characters in this one-act play. There are two important characters, major characters in this story, and 2 or 3 minor characters. First major character is Donna Lara, Madam Lara. She is a handsome, white-haired old lady in her 70s, with bright eyes and good mental faculties. And second important major character is Don Gonzalo, Sir Gonzalo. He is also of the same age. He is an old gentleman of 70 years. He is gouty and he is impatient. Yes, for each of them, these major characters, there is a servant or assistant. For Laura, there is an assistant named Petra, who is a young woman of 20, who helps Lara in her need. And there is Juanito, Gonzalo's attendant. He is a young man. So these are two important and major characters and 2 minor characters. There is also a guard of the park, who is again a very minor character who doesn't come into the scene much in the play. So this play, the time of its setting is autumn. Autumn falls between the winter and the summer. So this play is set during this time of autumn, set in the place is Madrid in Spain, and more particularly it is a public park in Madrid, and time of the day is it is a morning. It is a sunny morning, which indicates some activity, some hope, something bright. So with this background or introduction, let us get into reading the play. Yes, there is a public park, and now Lara enters that park. Donna Lara, Madam Lara, she enters the park. There is a bench and as she enters, she goes towards that bench. But before that, as she enters the park, she says, "I am so glad to be here." Oh, the morning is beautiful, wonderful, and she is also delighted. She is happy to be in the park. And further, she continues, "I feared my seat would be occupied. What a beautiful morning." So it means she is a regular visitor to the park, and in the park there is a bench where she sits regularly, and that is how she calls it her seat. She is happy that nobody is sitting, nobody has occupied her bench. She is happy for that, and she is happy for the beautiful morning, and she is happy to be in the park. So as she enters, she goes to her bench on which she regularly sits. Then she tells her maidservant Petra, that she can go to meet her guard. Actually, he is the guard of that park, with whom this young lady Petra has some relationship. So Lara says, "Okay, you can go to meeting, but be in my vicinity. Now, you should be visible to me, so that whenever I need, I will call you, so that you should be able to come to me." Then Petra agrees and she goes. Lara bids her goodbye, though they are in the same park. Then she observes some guests. "Here they come. They know just when to expect me." She rises from the bench. She walks towards the right. There is a tree beside the bench. And she throws a handful of breadcrumbs. To whom? They are the pigeons. There are pigeons in the tree, and she feeds them regularly. By this conversation, by this dialogue, we understand that Lara is a regular visitor to the park, and she regularly feeds the pigeons in the park. Pigeons are dove. So she identifies different types of dove, small, big, fat, and so on. As she feeds them, she is so happy to see the pigeons feeding on the crumbs, breadcrumbs, and with a pleasant expression, with a satisfaction, she feeds them and returns to her seat. So this is how the play begins, on a very bright note, where the day is bright, the sun is bright. Lara is very happy. She is glad to be in the park and happily feeds the pigeons. In this first session of this second one-act play, we have got introduced to the writers of the play, that is Serafin and Joaquin Alvarez Quintero, who have written A Sunny Morning, one-act play. We also got to know who are the major characters in this play, that is Laura and Gonzalo. There are two servants for them, Petra and Juanito. Setting and time of the play is, the time is autumn, place is a public park in Madrid in Spain, and the morning is sunny and beautiful. Lara enters the park and gladly she feeds pigeons with breadcrumbs. So with this, let us conclude session number 12. So as to check your comprehension, go through these MCQs. 5 MCQs are included in each of the PPTs. So with this, let us end the class. See you in next session.